What is up, good people? It's IGPodCon. We are back on Pamzilla, the Breton Templar. Sorry, really, that was a tongue twister. I don't know what happened there. This is episode 4 of the Elder Scrolls Online playthrough series. In this video, I want to talk about the Psijic Order skill line, unlocking the Psijic Order or the Psijic Guild in Elder Scrolls Online. Why do you want to do that? Well, once you've unlocked it, you've played through these longer, really long-ass quests, honestly. But you play through a couple quests, you do a few things for these guys, and it's going to unlock the skill line, the Psijic Order. What that actually does for you is it will then allow you to see rifts all over Tamriel. Any zone in the game, everywhere. So when you're just out exploring through Vardenfell or whatever, it's going to be like any other node, except it's going to be a giant glowing gold circle. It's a portal. It's like a rip in time and space, right? You run up to it and you collect it like any other node. If you're mining ore or picking up lumber or alchemy reagents, you just click on it, and it's going to give you some goodies, some gear, all sorts of different things. It's just extra free loot, right? So this is another one of those things that I like to unlock before I start going questing. Because when I'm out there questing, I'm on the road, I'm on the road just doing my thing. Getting down, grinding and stuff. It's extra free loot as we stumble across it. And we won't have access to that if we don't unlock this first. The portals won't show up on your screen unless you unlock the Psijic Order skill line. I believe it's called See the Unseen. It's a passive skill in the Psijic Order skill line that allows you to see these mystical portals or rifts, whatever you want to call them, out in the world. So that's why I actually like to go and unlock the Psijic Order skill line. Now, how do we do that? What do we have to do to unlock it? So the sad part is, it is trapped behind a DLC. That is part of Elder Scrolls Online. A lot of the best content is locked behind a paywall. You either have to have the ESO Plus to have access to the DLCs where it is found, or you actually have to go into the Crown Store to DLCs and purchase that DLC to get access to the locations to be able to go there and unlock things, right? That's how they make money. That's what keeps the game alive. That's kind of just what it is. So if you're free to play, this is just extra information for you if you ever decide to unlock it. This will kind of cover how to do it. Otherwise, if you're a spender, you have access to this, right? I am an ESO Plus member, so I have access. If you're wanting to unlock the Psijic Order skill line, all you have to do here is you'll go to Somerset. You'll travel into this way shrine, and a dude will come running up out of breath. He's freaking out. Oh my god, they're under attack. Rosendar needs your help. You're going to help the Eye of the Queen, Rosendar, figure out these abyssal pearls, right? Well, as you're questing through this, Valsaren of the Psijic Order is going to show up on Somerset. And the Order, the Psijic Order Guild, or the Psijic Order people haven't been seen very often, right? They have hidden away their island. They stick to themselves, and they just seek knowledge and the study of knowledge, essentially. Well, she has come out to help, essentially. And you meet her, and she actually invites you to Artam while playing through this quest line. So you'll then teleport over to the great island of Artaeum, right? This place has over 800 libraries. No, that's just some of the lore that it has. But you'll actually go here and you'll do a quest for a guy named Kelleris. And that's the intro quest for the Psijic Order skill line. And upon completing that, you will actually unlock the Psijic Order skill line and have access to be able to level it up, as well as you'll have access to seeing those rifts or those space-time terrors or whatever they're called, you know what I mean, out in the world, so you can get that extra resource. And then after that, it's kind of just do whatever you want. You can continue to level up the Psijic Order skill line, play through the quest line of the Psijic Order, go off and just grind or fish or whatever you want, really. But essentially, we're going to play through those quests here, and we're going to get it unlocked, and then we'll have access to it while we're playing for the rest of the entirety of our account on this character. So that's kind of the gist of it, what you need to know, how to go about unlocking it, and why. It's 100% worth it. So as we're questing through these 10s of 20s of 30s of zones, just all these zones we're questing through, we're going to be seeing these rifts everywhere, and we'll be able to grab them, and it's free gold, essentially. It's free loot, free income. So it's definitely worth this little hour, 2-hour investment into a quest line. If you spam through the talking part, you could probably do it in a half hour, 45 minutes. But it's 100% worth doing, in my opinion. Now, if you're interested, I am actually going to play through the quest line myself and unlock it and kind of see what the story's about and what leads to the lore and all that good stuff here in this episode. So definitely strap in, like, subscribe, comment down below if you have any questions, anything to add to the conversation that I may have missed. Otherwise, just enjoy as we play through this. Alright, so I'm here in Vardenfell. I need to get to a way shrine. I found one of the highest points I could get to at the moment. Oftentimes I do wonder if I can't somehow jump over into that burning fire circle, but just to see what would happen. Alright, we're actually going to head over to Somerset. It's so beautiful, I'm telling you. This is a very beautiful island. Questing and exploring here. It's got a great storyline too. 100% worth enjoying.
I'm getting out of here. The
Calabar.
island sprung a leak. Run!
The island
First,
sprung a
the
leak.
Queen issues a decree that changes the status of Somerset from an isolated paradise into tourist attraction. Now monsters, sea creatures. I've never seen anything like them. Well, I say let the cat fight them. Better him than me.
Damn, this guy's a coward. Monsters, cat, slow down and tell me what happened.
Suddenly the ground opened, spewing water and strange creatures. They attacked us. Luckily, one of the newcomers, a Khajiit, leaped in and drove them back. Called himself Razumdar. He could probably use some help if you're so inclined.
I'll go talk to Razumdar. So he doesn't want newcomers, but the newcomer jumped in and actually killed the monsters, while he ran away like a little schoolgirl. You'll see that happens a lot with high elves. They're very selfish in the lore and in the writing. They're fuckers, as my girlfriend would say. They're very self-centered.
Have you ever seen such creatures? Raz has not. Probably neither have you. You are a newcomer, yes? New to this island of high elves? This one has an eye for such things. And you look capable. So can Raz interest you in some cloak and dagger work?
Cloak and dagger work sounds ominous.
Ominous? No, nothing of the sort. Well, maybe a little of the sort. Depends on how things develop. Raz has come to Somerset at the behest of Queen Irene to make sure her decree regarding the opening of the island proceeds as she directed.
So how can I help?
Ask some questions, determine the mood in Shimmerin, and see how the newcomers are faring. Rumors have reached the Queen, and she's concerned. So Razumdar comes to see what is happening and fight strange creatures. Now Raz is concerned as well.
I'll ask some questions around the city.
While you ask questions around the city, Raz can take care of some other business. It may or may not involve scratching and clawing. Let's meet near the entrance to Shimmerin when you have something to report.
What are those strange creatures I saw you fighting?
Raz never saw such monsters in his life. They appear related to water, but this one tends to avoid this stuff. That pearl, though, Raz swears it was calling those creatures. A mystery for another time, perhaps. Now, we need to see to the newcomers.
Alright, so he wants us to go talk to these people. 3 different people. Onuel, Ronald, and Solksolza. Some of these names are very hard to pronounce, I must say. So basically the Queen decreed that Somerset will be open to newcomers. People can travel here, start a new life, enjoy the scenery, live here, whatever, you know. And the... I don't know what you'd call them. The people of Somerset are not liking it.
Not that you'd understand the concept, but the path to Alaxon requires dedication and complete concentration.
I like her flower.
I must find the perfect shells, or my pigments will be substandard. And do you know what that will do to my art? Exactly.
What is the path to Alaxon?
An ultimate concept practiced widely here in Somerset. Alaxon is the state of perfection that every high elf strives for. The path to Alaxon represents the approach we take to achieve that state. Now, why have you interrupted my work?
I want to hear about your complaints at Shimmerin.
I believe in caution as much as the next high elf, but sometimes the rules get in the way of common sense. My apprentice lived here for more than a year. Good help is so hard to find, especially among the newcomers. And she was adept at making dyes.
What happened to your apprentice?
They took her away. Said they had to scrutinize her qualifications, test her knowledge of culture and etiquette. But I haven't seen her since. My work suffers, so of course I complained to the monks. Now I have to gather my own shells.
Huh. Did the monks offer any explanation as to where she was or when she'd be returned?
They told me I could fill out some forms and appeal to the kin lady. But who has time for such bureaucracy? And for a wood elf?
Wow.
I've said too much. I have work to do, and all this aggravation has diverted my path to Alaxon.
I hope you never find your Alaxon state, lady. I'll let you get back to it. I really don't like her.
Perfection requires constant vigilance, so back to it.
Somebody's being held against their will and she's just concerned with painting? I don't understand.
Imagine the fine attire you might make with that.
Mount up. So we're gonna go talk to Sulks Olza. Or Sulks Olza. It's the best I can do on pronunciation. So the insect parts we get from those lightning bugs, we can actually use to go fishing in rivers. That's why I'm grabbing them. As well as they drop a torchbug thorax, which we use for alchemy reagent. That salamander was just eating that.
It is
No bueno,
over.
no bueno. Alright, Jamat. Somerset is not the wondrous paradise the heralds proclaimed it to be. Despite the fine words in the Queen's decree, the High Elves want nothing to do with the outsiders. They treat the newcomers worse than Mudflea on Iguar. As soon as I stepped off the boat, priests from the monastery collected me for some sort of cultural assessment to ascertain my understanding of societal rules and regulations. However, no one actually asked me any questions. They locked me in a cell somewhere in the bowels of the monastery, along with the other newcomers to the island. Something about the whole affair felt wrong to me, like warm water and otherwise cool stream. When I heard one of the monks give thanks with a Daedric prayer, I knew I had to get the heck out of there. I used the talents I learned from my associates who may or may not have belonged to the Thieves Guild. I know you disapprove of my friends and slipped out of the cell and away from the monastery. In the morning I plan to head to Alinor. Hopefully I can secure passage back to Murkmire there. Frankly, at this point, any destination would be preferable to here. Exolsa. Soxolza. So we'll go talk to the third person and see what's going on there. Apparently they're taking the newcomers, locking them in there, and they're singing Daedric prayers. All bad signs, right? Like, what the hell's going down, bro? I just got on this island, and these dudes are worshipping Satan. I gotta get the hell out of here. And then the dude gets ate by a damn salamander the size of a frickin' car. I mean, what are the odds? He's an Argonian. You think you know how to fight a salamander, but I didn't write it, so... A badass salamander, yeah.
Very bad salamander.
Lorebuck. Mage's Guild is still level 1. It'll get there, though. We got it unlocked. It'll level up past. We got 5 Mage's Guild points there for getting that book. We'll have to collect a few hundred of them to get it max, but... So let's talk to this Ronald.
A newcomer in the warehouse district. Unusual. But how can I help you today, my friend?
I was wondering how your name ended up in the Divine Prosecution's observation log.
The Divine? Who told you that? If a Justiciar sent you to try and trick me into confessing... No. The High Elves would never send a newcomer to perform such a task. But I admit it. I made my thoughts known.
And what were those thoughts, if you don't mind me asking?
I arranged to bring my cousin here to work with me. The ship arrived, but all the newcomers were carted away. For questioning, they said. I complained to the kin lady and anyone else who would listen. And what has it gotten me? Nothing.
You're not a high elf. Have you lived in Somerset very long?
Oh, my family has been here for generations and generations. Before the Queen's decree, outsiders might have been rare, but we were not unheard of. Our business has grown and gets better every day. That's why I sent for my cousin. We need the help.
Do you like living in Somerset?
Somerset is a rare and beautiful jewel in the Abetian Sea. I love it here. The High Elves treat us like children, but they have never been hostile. The Queen's decree has stirred the waters, though. I fear it will get worse before it gets better.
This dude's got some guns on him, dude. So they took his cousin and locked him away, and they won't let him see him. We're seeing a recurring theme here. Oh, make sure we're researching something here. Alright, we need to go talk to Rosendar. Let him know what we found out, what's going down around town. It's not good. Not good at all. Looks like we're going to have to kick some Daedric ass the way it's looking. Summon our war elephant. He's so cute. Look at his little butt wiggle. I can see Hagrid riding this thing, man. You know? You're gonna unlock him? Nice. I don't know. We still got 24 hours on it, so I might get lucky enough to unlock him, but... So butterflies are just like torch bugs. They give you insect parts, but they also drop butterfly wings for alcohol.
Why have you closed the monastery?
Good people, I hear your concerns.
Well, the workers I hired, they were aboard the ship from Rivenspire.
The Kin Lady and I, we have only your best interests in mind. Every guest must be sequestered while we ascertain their suitability for Altmer society.
The old Dark's right. Lock up the newcomers!
Send the newcomers back where they came from. We don't want them here.
Sorry, my husky wanted her 30 seconds of fame. Let's talk to Rosendar.
Such anger. Raz never expected to hear such words from the Queen's loyal subjects.
You got him?
The sentiment
Nice.
isn't universal, but enough feel this way for Raz to be concerned. Did you learn anything interesting from the people I sent you to talk to?
This guy's top 5 on my favorite characters in the entire game. His head reminds me of Yondu, off Guardians of the Galaxy, the Mohawk, the whole whistling arrow. Anyway, the artist assistant and the Red Guard's cousin have both been sequestered.
Sequestered? Just a different word for imprisoned, yes. Ranul's cousin just arrived, but O'Newell's assistant has lived on Somerset since long before the Queen ever issued her decree. What about the lizard? What did Soxolza have to say?
Soxolza was dead by the time I reached him. I found this letter in his pack.
Why would the Aldar gather up newcomers and non-High Elf residents alike and send them to the monastery? Does the Kin Lady condone this behavior? Raz's head itches, and not in a good way. Our course is clear, Five Claw. We must go to the monastery.
All right, I'll help you investigate the monastery.
Raz admires your enthusiasm, but this one needs you to enter the monastery on your own. Raz has other fish to catch. This one will help you get past the sentry, though. When you notice that the sentry is distracted, just sleep quietly inside.
All right, let's do it. That dude had a cool looking guar there. Oh, butterfly. So you just be running around doing some badass quests and you see a butterfly. Changes everything. And Maple's very loving this evening. A little psychotic.
You there? I have a...
The Golden Knight.
Damn it, why won't this work?
Did you see a golden knight?
I did.
I have no idea what that was.
Look at that
And I'm
giant
not sure
rat.
I want to know.
This is supposed to be high society, and they got this giant skeever out here, a giant rat on the streets.
Sentry! Raz owes you for that game of cards and has come to pay.
Well, I don't recall any... you say I won some gold?
Don't you?
I like the banners and the statue. Pretty cool. So if you're not like me and you have to search everything, this process goes a lot quicker, faster, more efficient. But I collect everything, so. And it's jewelry box galore in here. You never know what you're going to find in a good little jewelry box. Oop. That one's not working? Okay.
You have no right to be in here.
Sure I do. If you try to stop me, I'm gonna karate chop you in the throat. You know what I mean? What a jerk. This is a monastery. My dear Aldark Tickler, we're gonna call him the Tickla. I am so glad you suggested transferring to our beloved monastery. I was happy to use my influence to make that happen, especially after that insightful discussion we had concerning Queen Irene's radical and frankly dangerous decree. I look forward to working with you to make sure Shimmerine and indeed all of Somerset remains safe and secure. Your plan to sequester newcomers in order to test their suitability... I am sorry again. To test their suitability for residency in Shimmerine is a stroke of genius. Determining who has the ability and temperament to become productive members of our society and who does not will allow us to spot troublemakers and lackadaisicals, transients, before any damage is done. It isn't a perfect solution, but it will suffice until we can urge the unforeseen queen to rescind this order and send all the Nabara, the unwelcome essentially is what Nabara is, back to where they came from. It's a really rude, mean slang term. Send me a list of the candidates you deem acceptable for life in Somerset. I'm sure Proxy Queen Awanarwe will appreciate having documentation concerning whom we permitted to stay and whom we sent away. I keep saying that Somerset is sacrosanct. Let Ordon deal with the other races. After all, our beloved queen spends all her time there anyway, carousing with cats and wood elves. I'm sure she'd love more company. Kin Lady Avanis. So she's a racist. Piece of shit high elf. But you get that from the high elves a lot, so... Alright, we're going to carry on. My husky's a little psychotic this evening, so... Very vocal, likes to talk back. Where can I find the people that have been sequestered?
You'll have to ask one of the monks that the new Aldark brought with him. They deal with all the newcomer testing and evaluations. I'm just a simple monk trying to catch up on my sleep. That was a hint, by the way.
I'd like to push this guy off the bench and start stomping him out. Tell me about the Aldark and the new monks.
Aldark Tilkala arrived right after the Queen issued her decree. He came highly recommended by Kin Lady Avanis, or so I heard. It's not unusual for monks to form attachments and move together, but there's something strange about that bunch.
Strange? What do you mean?
The Aldark and his monks keep to themselves. They've taken the Undercroft for their own purposes and ordered the rest of us to avoid the ancient vaults beneath the monastery. Now, please, let me get back to my nap.
No. Shut your face. You must have some idea where they're keeping the newcomers.
Again with the questions about the newcomers. Why do you care about the complexities of Altma bureaucracy? Still, if I had to make a guess, I'd say they were taking into the Undercroft for registration and processing. Now go away.
Anything else I should know about this monastery?
The monastery should be a place of peace and meditation. The Aldork has closed us down until further notice. That means if any of the monks spot you, they'll raise the alarm. Me? I never saw you.
I really don't like that guy. At all. That's a recurring theme here on this island, it seems like. A lot of these dudes are dicks. So this is a list of sequestered or imprisoned guests that newcomers that have arrived. It breaks it down by race, how many male and female. One says she lived in Somerset for more than a year, moved to preparation cells. So they're preparing some, and they're putting some in the holding cells. What they're preparing them for, we don't know yet. But it can't be good, would be my guess anyway. We got us a recipe. Ooh, we gotta grab that, my bad. And it's empty. Give me your stuff, lady. Damn it, half of them are empty. That sucked. I would highly recommend picking up all these bookshelves because they could unlock skills or upgrade skills, level up skills. I'm not going to do it. It's a big time sink. And we're going to level them up anyway, passively. Another thing here, on top of these bookshelves are all these jewelry boxes, if that's something that interests you. It takes a while to get them all, so I'm not going to mess with it at the moment. For video purposes. Abyssal Pearl. Now this is where it happens.
For an Aldork's office, wouldn't you
that
agree?
magic moment when you see the Psijic Order Lady Valteren.
I noticed you skulking around while I was engaged in some skulking of my own.
This lady's
I
awesome.
suppose we both came to the monastery with a similar purpose in mind.
And what purpose would that be, Valteren?
The sequestered newcomers. I came to find out what happened to a friend. I assume that's what brought you here as well? A house of worship shouldn't be used as an internment camp, and it shouldn't be locked to the public either.
Oh, really? I saw a pearl like that once. There were strange creatures nearby.
Interesting. I've never seen anything quite like it. I find it intriguing and a bit disturbing. But we aren't here to discuss curios. Strange creatures notwithstanding. We need to find out what's happening with the missing newcomers.
How did you happen to get past the sentry, by the way?
The sentry doesn't appear to have stopped you, so I could ask you the same question.
She just brushed her shoulder,
Let's just
dude.
agree that we both have our methods. Curious, but I feel that there's more going on in Shimmerine than the usual politics and community relations.
What else could be going on?
That's the question, my cautious friend. We have a newly appointed Aldork and a disgruntled kin lady, both opposed to the Queen's decree. What's their connection to the missing newcomers? I was about to explore the Undercroft. Care
Oh
to
yeah,
join
let's
me?
do it. I'll meet you in the Undercroft.
A curious pearl. I wonder where the Aldork acquired it.
You belong on the other side of that door.
Oh, jewelry box. Thank you. Ooh, blue recipe, we'll take it. So we're getting some food, some little crafting materials, recipes, some lock picks. We found a giant sword in that one. That's weird. Like, who puts a giant two-handed sword in a cupboard? I don't understand that.
I hate trespassers.
Come on down here, buddy. I'll knock you out. You evil Daedric cultist fruitcake, dude.
Something's wrong down here. I sense
Hey, an urn.
magic. Vile magic. Cages. These people did nothing to deserve such treatment. There's someone alive over there. See?
Thank the divines! You aren't one of the monks. Please, let me out of here.
Why did they lock you in a cage?
It's a nightmare. We came to Somerset to seek new opportunities. We barely stepped off the ship when they marched us to the monastery. Instead of questioning us or the usual high elf bureaucracy, they locked us in these cages.
There are only a few of you here. Where are the rest of the newcomers?
The monks gathered them a few moments ago and took them through the door on the far side of the chamber. Please, let me out of here before they take me away like the others.
I'll unlock the cage and then see what's going on with the next chamber.
Is that a scoffin?
Run for your life, lady.
Thank you for setting me free.
Absolutely. You're very welcome.
A Daedra? Here? And that's a scoffin, if I remember my Daedric recitations correctly. Very curious.
What's a dead scoffin doing in a monastery devoted to the Eight?
An excellent question.
Excellent.
And one I hope to find the answer to. From the evidence before us, it appears this Nord killed the scoffin before he succumbed to his own wounds. Good for him. I found this key on the creature's belt, so we can open that door.
That's where the prisoner said the monks took the rest of the newcomers.
Then I suggest we pick up the pace. We need to determine what's actually happening down here, and who's behind all this. Without answers to those questions, we won't be able to decide on our best course of action.
What about your missing friend?
I'll explain everything later. For now, we need to hurry.
I think she lied. Dang it. Everybody's lying to me, man. Gee. I don't like it.
More newcomers? Unfortunately, the magic only affects those who have been prepared. But never fear. Your turn will
Daedric
come.
cultists? I'll deal with the pearl. You hold off these creatures.
Alright, let's do it. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Penelope, make this
The
sweet.
pearl's magic attracts these creatures. Hold them off while I complete my spell.
That is a gross looking creature, dude. Just saying.
Come on, let's talk outside.
Alright. I'll follow you. Sorry, I get sidetracked. It happens to the best of us.
Those poor people. This wasn't just about newcomers and opposing the Queen's decree. That was Daedric magic back there. I just wish we had arrived a few moments earlier.
What happened to the pearl? Did you destroy it?
I promised to explain what I know. I suppose that now's as good a time as any. I'm a member of the Psijic Order.
Whoop whoop!
Our Right Master sent me to investigate a warning we received about a plot involving Somerset. My inquiries led me here.
The Psijic Order.
The Psijic Order is an ancient magical monastic society. We served as advisors to the rulers of Tamriel, but that was before we removed our island home from the world. Now this threat has drawn us back.
Really?
But why are you involved in all this?
I'm working with Razum Dar, one of the Queen's eyes. But what happened to the pearl?
An eye of the Queen?
Stop avoiding my question.
Interesting.
Gee.
I diffused the Daedric magic and transported the pearl to Artaeum, the Psijic island, for safekeeping and study, so we can learn more about it. But we can discuss this further once we get out of here.
Alright, let's go. Every urn's like a lottery ticket. You never know what you're going to get out of it. Okay. Uh-oh, bad guy. Scoffin Bloodfiend. bites the dust. Somerset. So there's a back door into the Undercroft. Cool, cool.
Living on Alteum for a few centuries doesn't prepare you for physical activity. Let the Eye of the Queen know what we discovered, and I'll catch up with you later.
Anchors away and...
Ah, this one's new partner returns. What interesting scandal did you uncover in the monastery? Tell Raz every juicy detail.
The people that were sequestered were killed to power a Daedric ritual. I found this letter.
That isn't the kind of scandal Raz was hoping for. Murder, Daedric rituals, and traitorous behavior have a way of ruining an otherwise perfect day.
Yeah.
We need to learn the extent of the Kin Lady's involvement. And by we, Raz means you.
You want me to go and accuse the Kin Lady of conspiring with Daedric cult?
Accuse? Not exactly. Raz wants you to talk to her. See what she knows about the Oldar. The Kin Lady is meeting with local leaders. Attend that meeting and learn the truth. This invitation and set of elegant clothes will get you through the door.
I also met a mage from the Psijic Order in the monastery.
A Psijic? Raz has heard rumors, but there are always rumors about the Psijics. For an island of sages who disappeared more than 300 years ago, they certainly seem to get around. Did this Psijic mage say what the Order was investigating?
Something about a warning, and she seemed pretty interested in the life-sucking pearl.
There was a life-sucking pearl? You should probably have led with that bit of information. Well, we can worry about the Psijic mage and figure out where these pearls came from later. For now, go see what the Kin Lady has to say.
Shouldn't you speak to the Kin Lady? You do work for the Queen, after all.
Kin Lady Avanice and Raz do not get along. You see, there was a horse, a platter of pudding tarts, and... No. This one won't bore you with the sordid details. Besides, everyone behaves well when they see Raz. You will learn more than I would.
Alright, I'm on it. Pamzilla's on the case. Let's go confront this lady. They're doing the same quest. They're CP 2140. And just now doing it, so that's pretty interesting. That's what I mean, there's no right or wrong way to do these things. You can play them at your own pace whenever you choose to.
Yes? And who might you be?
I need to speak to the Kin Lady Avanice.
The Kin Lady is currently engaged. She's holding a conference with Shimmerine's elite to discuss certain political matters.
I have an invitation.
Yes, so you do. And may I say that your outfit is suitably elegant. Please, head into the garden.
Get out of the way. He was very rude. Didn't like that guy.
We all have
Just
concerns
joking.
regarding the Queen's decree. I assure you that I am working with all Dark Takala to safeguard the sanctity of Shimmerine and all of Somerset. Enjoy the food and drink. Business of the city requires my attention, but I shall rejoin you shortly.
What happens if I shoot him? Try it. Ooh.
How bold of you. The Neberah dares to stand in my holy presence. Very well, bold Neberah. What can the new Alldark of Shimmerine do for you? And please, try not to bore me or spray any spittle on my spotless vestments.
I hear that you and the Kin Lady have a plan for administering the Queen's decree.
You heard that somewhere, did you? I'll have to have a discussion with the Divine Prosecution about how lax our security has become. No, I jest. The Kin Lady and I have nothing but the best interests of Somerset and the newcomers in mind.
Is that why you're imprisoning newcomers and other non-high elves beneath the monastery?
You really are well informed about things here in Shimmerine, aren't you? For a Neberah.
You keep calling me Neberah. What does that mean?
You're right. Where are my manners? Using a word you couldn't possibly be expected to understand. It means unwelcome. As in, you are not welcome here.
I see, and is it common for a high elf monks to conspire with Daedra?
That's a serious accusation to toss around so casually.
Yep.
What did you say your name was again? I want to make sure to add it to the Divine Prosecution's observation log. For your own protection, you understand?
You can call me Death, for I will be yours. If you'll excuse me, Alldark Tickler, I just remembered I have someplace else to be.
I suddenly remembered some business I need to deal with as well.
Yeah, bet you do. Just want to go up here and slap this Kin Lady in the face.
How dare you barge into my home without so much as... No, I refuse to deal with one of the Queen's guests, especially not in my own home. How did you get in here, by the way? No, never mind that. Since you found your way in, I assume you can find your way back out, before I call the guards.
Why do you oppose the Queen's decree?
Such innocence. You really want to know why I oppose the Queen's order to allow newcomers to enter Somerset? Because I'm trying to protect both the island and the newcomers. It's in everyone's best interest that we maintain a separation.
And the Alldark agrees with your efforts to protect the island and the newcomers?
Alldark Tilkala came highly recommended. He has grand plans for protecting Shimmerine. Grand plans. Unfortunately, in my haste to deal with the Queen's decree, I may have made an error in judgment.
An error in judgment?
Not that it's any concern of yours, but my Chancellor has been unable to verify the Alldark's existence prior to when we met. And I recommended him for the position at the monastery. I assure you, Kin Lord Millenthal praised Tilkala to no end.
And were you aware that the Alldark's monks are killing newcomers under the monastery? That the Alldark himself works for a Daedric prince? Come on, lady.
That's preposterous. Alldark Tilkala sequesters the newcomers to ascertain their suitability for life in Somerset. Those who pass will find a place here. As for the rest, they'll be returned to wherever they came from. That's what we agreed to.
Wow. It sounds like you should see for yourself what's happening at the monastery.
My lady, one of the monks sent to deliver this message. It's from the Alldark himself.
The Coral Forest. An odd location for a meeting, but I need to hear the Alldark's explanation.
That's how smart she is, I guess. She's literally going to go out there and get herself murdered. I can't believe she's even in a place of power, but in today's society, I mean, yeah. Razumdar.
Pretend you are adjusting your boot or admiring the architecture. As hard as it may be, look anywhere but directly at Raz. Good. Now, tell Raz what you learned at the Kin Lady's manor.
The Kin Lady believes that the newcomers are being sequestered and sent away.
Raz thinks Avanice is as naive as she is complicit, but she's not a murderer. This new Alldark, though, has so much blood on his hands, it looks like he's wearing red gloves. From what I could discover, he didn't exist before he came to Shimmerine.
I overheard that the Kin Lady was going to meet the Alldark in the Coral Forest.
The Coral Forest? A strange meeting place. Raz thinks we should go and see what the Alldark is up to. After I take back that outfit, I might need it again later. Ah, you have a pretty admirer, my friend. The Psijic Sage, yes? Here
Let me
she
find out
comes
what
now.
Valcerin has to say.
I'm glad I found you. While watching the King Lady's mansion, I saw her ladyship sneak out the back and leave the city.
The King Lady is meeting the Oldark in the Coral Forest. Raz smells something, and it isn't moon sugar biscuits.
Your reputation precedes you, Eye of the Queen. I am Valcerin of the Psijic Order, and I agree that the Aldark is more than a simple monk.
We should work together, yes? But let's travel separately, to avoid attracting unwanted attention. Raz will find you both at the Coral Forest.
I want to be able to teleport like that. That was badass. I was chugging some Mountain Dew, sorry. I had to cue my mic. Summon the War Mammoth. The woolly War Mammoth. Oh, butterfly. Butterfly. Mammoth. So it sounds like we might actually get to the bottom of this here shortly. Personally, I wouldn't mind if Oldark Tickler killed the Kin Lady, honestly. And then we can kill him and go on about our lives and business. You know what I mean? If she doesn't know what's going on, it's because she's dumb, for lack of a better term. She's complicit. That is the word. They used the word. Bright lunar moth. Bright moon's lunar moth. Let's grab that bad boy. They give us insect parts as well to go fishing with. That's kind of cool.
One of Somerset's more unique environments, the Coral Forest. I used to love coming here when I was growing up. We need to find out why the Aldark asked King Lady Avanice to meet him out here.
How do we find the Aldark and the Kin Lady?
Based on what we saw in the monastery's undercroft, I'm hesitant to use magic to locate them. I suppose we'll have to find them through mundane means. Too bad the Queen's spy isn't here yet. I understand he's good at this sort of thing.
Valcerin's really chill. She's a cool chick. I like her. As high elves go, she's by far one of my favorites. They wrote her very, very well, in my opinion. Butterfly. Oh, we got butterfly wing that time. Whoop, whoop. It's like money in the bank. You know what I mean?
Swift as cannot.
Murder! That wasn't part of the plan, Oldark!
You know nothing of the plan, you fool. Let me give you a taste of what the Prince of Bargains has in store for this.
The Prince of Bargains.
Come, Nebara. Let me show you the path. Yagra, destroy.
He folded like a wet fart. Oh, you want to fight? Why don't you stick your head up your butt and fight for air then, eh?
I thought that was a rock. Bravely done.
Razumdar apprehended the Kin Lady. They're at the west edge of the Coral Forest. What happened to Aldark Tilkalar? Did he escape?
Aldark Tickler is dead. I heard him mention the Prince of Bargains.
I think we can conclude that Tilkalar wasn't actually an Aldark. At least, not with his connection to the Prince of Bargains' Clavicus Vial.
One of my
Strange
favorite
magic and
Clavicus.
creatures worry me, however.
Hopefully the pearl I sent to Artaeum can tell us more.
You think you can learn something from that pearl?
You'd be surprised what a particular object can reveal if you know how to unlock its secrets. I need to return and tell Right Master Ikesis all that transpired here. If you're willing, I'd like you to come to Artaeum and confirm my story.
Who's Right Master Ikesis?
The Right Master leads the Psijic Order from Kapora Tower on the island of Artaeum. This spell attunes you to a portal near Shimmerine in the ruins of the Keep of 11 Forces. It always leads to Artaeum, no matter the island's current location.
That's trade secrets. I'll go to Artaeum to talk to the Right Master after I check in with Rosendar.
One more adjustment and there. You
That's
are
cool.
now attuned.
So now we can get into
Find
Artaeum.
me on Artaeum after you finish with the Eye of the Queen.
Material
she
full
teleported
of
again.
potential.
She's just zipping, zooping, zapping everywhere.
Ah, Five Claw. Queen Irene will be disappointed that the King Lady of Shimmerine allowed a false Aldar to murder so many newcomers. Such a scandal makes other travelers uneasy about coming here, yes?
The Aldark called on the Prince of Bargains before I killed him.
The Prince of Bargains? That could only be Clavicus Vile. What oblivion-inspired nest of vipers has Raz stumbled into? This one has a very bad feeling about all of this. Where is the Psijic Sage? Raz would like to ask her what she thinks.
Valsarin returned to Artaeum. She invited me to come and speak to their Right Master.
The Psijic Order's interest in all of this concerns Razudar. This one has never had much love of magic, or those that practice the art. On the other hand, now Raz has his own person on the inside. An Eye of Raz, if you will, yes?
Valsarin said the Order would try to find out more about the Aldark and the Abyssal Pearls.
Then you must go to Artaeum and discover what the Psijics have learned. When you return, you can tell Raz all about it so he can pass it along to the Queen. Yes, Raz likes this plan. In the meantime, Raz will investigate the Daedric connection.
Alright, sounds like a plan, man.
Have you come to gloat? To kick me while I wallow in my own misery? Well, go ahead. I deserve it.
How did you get involved with Aldark Tickler?
I met him at Kinlord Millenthal's party in Eleanor. We had similar ideas about the Queen's decree, and I recommended that he lead the monastery. Somerset isn't a stew pot, and the various races aren't ingredients to be sprinkled in like so much spice.
So you knew he planned to kill the newcomers.
What a hateful accusation. Tilkala told me he was going to send them back where they came from. I had no idea he planned to kill them. I give you my word. I just wanted the newcomers to go away. And to find out he worshipped Daedra? How crude.
Do all the monks at the monastery worship Daedra?
I certainly hope not. We'll have to get the Divine Prosecution in there to gather up the monks Tilkala brought with him to Shimmerine. We can't have Daedric cultists desecrating a holy site. I suppose I need to beg for mercy from the proxy queen.
That'd probably be for the best. I'm really hoping she lops this lady's head off. Knowing the way they function, though, they'll probably throw her a party. Alright, so we'll grab this way shrine. Now we're headed up here to travel to Artaeum. This little spot right here. Get us another sky shot. Whoop, whoop. Gained a skill point. Yes, please. Travel to Artaeum. Psijic Portal. So this portal kind of looks like the rifts that we'll see in the world after we unlock the Psijic Order skill line. You just run up and grab them, they give you goodies. So it'll resemble that quite a bit. This is beautiful. I must say.
always forget what that rune means.
Artaeum Craftworks discovered. That's what his perk is. See how that's glowing? That would be so easy to miss if it wasn't glowing
Wander
bright.
on, little spirit.
That's the
May you
perk he
guide
brings
us
to the table.
riches again soon.
It's badass, in my opinion. Another one, see it glowing? Boom. People just be standing by it too. Like, what the heck? 15 runes right there.
And there was no sign of Lathan. I don't know whether to be grateful or concerned.
We'll find him, Val. Now go check on the Pearl while I speak to our new guest.
Oh, so there is her friend is missing. I wonder if he isn't working with the Daedric princes maybe or something is what drew them into it, is to stop him is because they feel responsible. I don't know. I've never played to that part.
What a rare
those
honor
quest lines.
Valcerin bestowed upon you. Only a select few not of our order have ever walked upon this sacred island. Val tells me your aid was indispensable in uncovering the false Aldach's plot on Somerset.
We discovered that newcomers to Somerset were being murdered to power the Abyssal Pearls.
Unfortunate, certainly. The magic you describe sounds familiar, though I can't quite recall where I've heard of it before. I fear the pearls may be a harbinger of the threat Sothasil warned us about.
Sothasil, what threat? I don't understand. Maybe, I'm probably reading too much into it, but he's seen it before because one of their members actually does that, or discovered it. You know what I mean?
One of the living
what I'm
gods
getting,
of the
is what I'm
Dark Elf
thinking.
Tribunal. He's an honorary member of our order. After an attack on his Clockwork City, he warned us about a Daedric threat to Somerset and Artaeum. I sent Valcerin to investigate.
Is there anything more I can do to help?
Indeed. But not until we finish studying the pearl Valcerin brought us. There are mysteries to unravel, and Val believes you will be instrumental to our success. We can get started immediately. Unless you want to explore our island first.
Which I do. Attached to the Psijic Order, some gold.
The next
So
step.
we'll leave him there. So eventually, once we start questing, we'll actually come back here to the quest line. We'll grab our first quest right here. For our purposes of this video, we don't have to do that. We're going to go inside here and talk to Kelleris. And that's how you unlock the Psijic Order skill line. So it's not this dude, that's the right master again, but right here. Lore Master Kelleris.
Add your divination spell and see if that reveals anything useful.
Level 8. Visit crafting stations and towns to gain clothing and blacksmithing skill lines. An attribute point, skill point. I'm using light armor, so I just go with Tailor Crafting Box. I don't think there's a right or wrong thing. Those aren't going to make or break your account, so just kind of pick one and roll with it. That'll increase our healing done. Here we go.
Greetings, Caraval. You will forgive me if I seem awkward. We rarely entertain guests here on Artaeum. I am Kelleris. Right, Master, he's told me a great deal about you. I suspect he has plans for you within the Psijic Order.
So you're offering me a place in the Psijic Order. Do I even qualify for membership?
The right Master holds you in high regard. That is proof enough of your worthiness. The Psijic Order requires practical wisdom, outside perspective. Unless I miss my guess, you can provide both. You would be a worthy addition to our ranks.
Thank you for saying so. What do I need to do?
Eager to begin? Good. Eagerness is just what we need. Your first lesson begins now. The Order has detected a number of irregularities on Tamriel. Small breaches in the fabric of time. I would like you to seal them for me.
Alright, I'll seal these breaches. How should I proceed?
The first cluster of time breaches appeared on the Isle of Somerset. You should start there. Go speak with my apprentice, Josaja, in the Athenaeum. She will provide the tools you need. A map, Psijic seals, and the Augur of the Obscure.
What does it take to become a Psijic?
A noble heart and a solemn commitment to the good. Achieving membership in the Psijic Order is a serious and lasting endeavor. You must be prudent, but fearless, withdrawn, but compassionate. It is not something to be taken lightly.
Why are you looking for new members? I thought you were a reclusive group.
Too reclusive, I fear. The truth is that we have grown old, Caraval. A mixed blessing, I suppose. Long years of seclusion have allowed us to study and learn, but always at the cost of our relationship with the outside world. We need youth, vigor.
What are the benefits of membership?
As your knowledge of the old ways grows, so too will the rewards. For instance, we are prepared to teach you new and powerful spells. As in all things, the best teacher is experience. This matter of the time breaches will act as your exam.
Any words of wisdom before I set out?
Only this. Purge yourself of selfish intent. Membership in the Psijic Order will bring you both prestige and power, but such honors often lead to Wegnithir, the bad change. What you do in the Order's name, you do for others, never yourself.
All right. We're gonna go talk to Jasaja.
Yes, can I help you?
Your master sent me. He told me to collect a map, some Psijic seals, and the Augur of the Skewer. Lore Master sent me.
Right. You're the Order's new initiate. I didn't expect you so soon. Things here on Artaeum are normally, you know, snailish. I transcribed our seer's visions onto the map there, and collected these Psijic seals. The Augur, however...
Do you have it?
I don't. Please don't tell the Lore Master. It tricked me into dismissing the binding charms that keep it here, in the Athenaeum. Then it popped like a bubble and vanished. It escaped before, but never on my watch.
Do you have any idea where the Augur went?
Mercifully, yes. I just scried its location. It looks like it reappeared somewhere on the shores of Waston Coraldale. It didn't take long for some sea elves to scoop it up and squirrel it away. You'll have to steal it back. I am sorry, truly.
Alright, I'll go to Waston Coraldale and recover it.
I'm indebted. You'll definitely need the Augur on your quest. Without it, you'll never find those time breaches.
Good day. So we'll grab our Psijic map of Somerset. And now we gotta go find the Augur of Obscure. So we're actually gonna use the Way Shrine to travel back over to Somerset. And you'll see it's over here on the coast. And we'll take a boat out to an island and get the Augur back. So I'm going to have to do some running here, and then we'll reconvene over there. So we arrived here on the coast of Somerset, and we're going to head over to Waston Coraldale. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Oh my god. I actually want to grab the quest from this lady, too. She wants me to find her dad. He's lost at sea, but he's actually over in this delve with his buddies. So we're going to finish we're going to do the delve while we're in here as well. Get our Sky Shard, kill the boss. That way we never have to come back here again. Kill a couple birds with one stone. You know what I mean? I don't like to kill birds. I'm just saying. It's a metaphor. Terrible metaphor, in my opinion. But, you know. I actually hit a bird the other day when I was driving the delivery truck at work. I felt so bad, but he flew right into the front of the truck on purpose. Like, life is never that bad, I promise you. It will get better. That poor bird, dude. Oh, no shit, dude. We were at Walmart doing our grocery pickup. We were just sitting out there in one of those stalls. And this hawk stole another bird's bird and had it in its talons. And the other bird was dive bombing it. It was craziest shit I ever seen, dude. But needless to say, the hawk didn't let him go. And he kind of just flew off with him. I imagine the one bird, it was probably that bird's mate or something. And couldn't save it. So I felt really terrible. It was awful. It was brutal to watch, but it's circle of life, you know. I thought about going over there and kicking that hawk, but then it's like, you know, I'm not doing anybody justice by making the hawk starve, you know. So I just let the cycle of life happen. It was kind of brutal.
Well,
tell her.
Alright, so he wants me to help him find his missing crew members. Here's one. Alright, good. He's gonna kill the big guy. Yeah, this is one of the bosses. Maorbet. I just want to get there before he finished it off. The spawn time on those things is forever.
Strange.
So there's a second crew member. Oh, here's the third crew member. I know it was close. And he's actually dead, so we'll grab this letter and give it to that guy. Before we do, we're going to go over here and kill the Delve boss. Hopefully she's up. If not, we'll go and finish our quest and then do it. Alright, she's there. Storm Singer Faria. Alright, we completed the delve. That water wasn't very deep. So they're going to try to escape while me and him try to sink
prepare
the
the
ship.
boat our friend brought. We'll provide a distraction.
Trinamac's wrath be with us.
And here's actually the quest we're on for the Psijic Order.
Seals, fond of winged snakes and soggy chests. Noted. Ah, fleshy, thick-thumbed biped. Hello. You're an elf, right? Or is it a man? I'm sorry. I have some difficulty telling you people apart. You're much less blue than the others. In color, I mean, not disposition. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Your caretaker, Josiah, sent me. I need your help to find the breaches in Somerset.
Josiah. Wait, you're talking about that jittery mage I tricked into freeing me, right? Oh, she's a delight. I had hoped for a longer holiday. Can only manage a leap like this once a century, after all. I will.
If I take you out of the box, will you help me find the time breaches?
I'm actually quite comfortable here, mate. Cozy accommodations, the transliminal tones of the ocean waves, gangly meat brains to mock. But I guess I should be going. These elves plan to sell me. Can you imagine? I'll help you. On one condition.
What's the condition?
When we're done sewing up these chronosymphonic when we're done sewing up these time breaches, you'll let me wander the Mundus in peace. No more dim-witted Psijics peppering me with questions. No more dusty shells. You have a deal?
I'll discuss it with Loremaster Kellerus, no promises.
Right. So, should we get going, or...?
Yes, let's get moving.
Fair enough. So, where to?
If you talk to him, it'll last
you've got
forever.
a map or something?
So now you take the
So,
skull
you know
and you
where
go
we're
to each
going
one of
now,
these
right?
X's,
Good.
and you'll see a
You take
glowing
me to a
portal.
time breach?
I'm going to be a big blue orb, and you got to seal each one of them. There's 9 of them.
Snug, eh?
The way I do it is I start up here, then I go over here, I teleport to the Way Shrine. I get this one, and then this one, and then I teleport to the Way Shrine. I get this one, teleport back to a Way Shrine, and then I get this one. And upon doing that, we can go back to Artaeum, turn in the quest, and we'll become part of the Psijic Order. The Psijic Guild, the Psijic Order, you know what I mean? Whatever you like to call it, and we'll get the skill line that we're after, right? So I'm actually going to get out of here and go start searching for these. And then we'll meet up here at the last X is where I'll pick back up in this video. And we'll finish off the Psijic Order skill line, or Psijic Guild quest line, and get that unlocked, wrap the video up. Alright, so we're going to actually do the first one together, kind of show you how I go about doing it. So the first thing I do is actually come in here to my inventory. And I'm going to go to quest items. Psijic map of Somerset. And I want to go for this red X first because we're here in Alinor. You just kind of resemble it to your actual map. So we'll jump over to our map. And it's going to be somewhere over in here. I set a marker. And we'll run towards that. And as if we get close enough, the Augur of Obscure will actually need to be activated. You'll activate it, your head will start glowing here. And it'll lead you kind of to where it is. So we'll actually head over and we'll get the first one together. Level 9. Tip. Class and weapon skill lines only level up if you have an ability from that line on your hotbar. That's why I recommend getting a skill from each of the first 3 trees on your hotbar, so that way they level up. Weapon skill lines will also advance if you have that weapon type equipped, so you have to equip the weapon type. If you have an Inferno Staff but you don't have any skills on there, it's still going to level up the Inferno Staff or your Destruction Staff. Now, to use a Destruction skill on your hotbar, you actually have to have the Destruction Staff equipped. So you can't use a bow ability if you don't have a bow equipped. We're actually going to take the Prophet's Inferno. Another cool thing about the way we're doing this is we're almost to level 10, so as soon as we get done doing this, we'll be probably level 10, which means we'll get everything we want to do first done, and then at level 10 we'll unlock our PvP and our Undaunted dungeons, which leads us into the next section of what we actually want to do here on our account. It's actually really cool how it all lines up. So we'll go into weapons, we'll morph this. So one of these morphs here, this wall explodes when it expires, dealing more damage. This one just makes it last longer and the size of the wall be bigger. So a bigger area of damage is what it's going to do. And it lasts longer so you don't have to cast it as often. So you can morph your abilities in a certain way that your rotation of casting abilities lines up differently. Personally, I pick the ones that just pump out the most damage, and then I make my rotation around that. So we're actually going to go with Unstable Wall of Elements so that it explodes after 10 seconds, doing a shit ton more damage. It's how I'm going to go for it. It's not a shit ton, I guess, but any damage is more, so more is more is more. We're going to head down here towards our marker that we put on our map. And you'll see we're within range, so I'm going to hit it, and my head starts glowing. So now when we get close enough, you'll see a white arrow on the map marker above our compass.
That's horrifying, isn't it? I'm sorry. Never mind.
So if you're just out running around in circles, you know what I mean? And there's our little white marker. It's called a time breach. We were close on our guess, so just go up to them and you seal them. And we got to do that with 9 of them now. So I will actually do the rest, and we'll reconvene at the end, so that way we can go turn in the Psijic Order quest and unlock the skill line. Alright, so 12 days later, we sealed all the time breaches in Somerset, and we're back here in Artaeum, getting ready to talk to Lore Master Kelleris and complete this quest line. It is a very big time sink. I'm talking a couple hours of gaming, active gaming, hardcore, like, I guess if you wanted to turbo through it, maybe you could. I went as fast as I could. I was paying to teleport, I was paying to move way shrine to way shrine, all that good stuff, just so I could get through it. The story itself is great, but doing it on multiple characters I would never recommend doing. It drives me nuts.
Welcome back, initiate. Have you done as I asked? Are the time breaches on Somerset Isle truly sealed?
Yes, I sealed all the breaches on Somerset.
Well done. Well done indeed. You already seem well versed in the cardinal virtues of our order. Altruism, foresight, precision in both thought and action. You will be a true asset to the order. Of that I am certain.
Thank you, Lore Master. What's next?
Speak with Josaja. She will want to know that the Augur is safe, no doubt. Yes, I know all about its sudden disappearance. You did well in recovering it. I bade her give you something, your first step on the path. She awaits you in the Athenaeum.
Thank you. I'll go speak to Josaja. He's a badass dude. He's pretty nice. I like that guy. And it's kind of weird. You go into Somerset, and everybody's a dick with their nose in their air. And then you come to Artaeum, and everybody's just so welcoming and nice. And they're supposed to even be reclusive. That's what's weird. You know what I mean? Alright, Josaja.
Thank goodness you're back. I hope the Augur didn't give you too much trouble. I know it can be a handful. Now, the Lore Master asked me to give you something. The first of many gifts.
What is it?
The most valuable gift. Knowledge. Please, use it carefully. When I learned my first spell, I accidentally banished a toad to the far ends of time. At least I think I did. It hasn't come back yet. Congratulations, you've earned it. And my thanks.
For all we know, she probably just blew up the toad and claims that she banished it somewhere, right? We don't know. We do get an unidentified Somerset head armor, which is kind of cool. One of the 3 sets, we'll get a piece for it. And we got our skill line. That's what we were here for. The skill line Psijic Order.
First-rate work in Somerset.
I don't want another quest right now. Sorry. So we're actually going to go in here and look at the skill line. All that work and effort, what did we get out of it? See the unseen. The insight you have gained from the Psijic Order grants you vision of the spiritual world. You can now interact with rifts all throughout Tamriel. And that's the biggest thing right there. There is amazing, awesome time manipulation skills in here, other goodies, things you can level up and do. But this is what we wanted right here. Now when we're out questing and leveling up throughout the game, we're going to be able to see these rifts and get a ton of extra free loot. It's just going to make us richer and progress our account better than people that don't have it. So I highly recommend this be one of those things you do before you go out questing. We are going to go hit level 10 here. We only need a little bit more experience. And once we hit level 10, we're going to talk about Battlegrounds, Undaunted Dungeons, and joining the Undaunted Guild. That's actually our last big step before we go do any questing personally on our characters. We get all these out of the way, and then we go questing. So at level 10, we will have some more. And that'll be in the next episode, actually. We'll be talking about the Undaunted Guild, Undaunted Daily Dungeons, Battlegrounds, all that good stuff. Comment down below, like and subscribe. I hope this wasn't too terrible or tedious. I know it was quite long, but listening to the quest and reading through it is actually pretty enjoyable in my opinion. That's why I play the game. The questing is all voice acted and it's pretty badass. So, alright, that's all we got for this video. Much love, stay healthy. We'll catch you all in the next one.